Hi everybody, it's Emily, EmilyLynnFisher.com. So it's Saturday night and I'm just going to tell you a quick story. So about 5 years ago, I started going to a local group, a women in business group, and I remember the first time I went, we did this every time. We all had to stand up and say our name and where we're from and what our business is. So I remember I went and when I realized we all had to stand up and do that, I was sitting in the back row and like my heart was beating and I thought, oh my God, I'm either gonna start crying or have a panic attack or just like run out of the back of the room when it's my turn because I was so scared to just stand up. And I'd say there was probably 20 people there, maybe. And I was like scared to death to stand up and say, hi everybody, my name's Emily and I own a landscaping business, and that's about it. That's all I would have had to say. So that's all I did say. But I got up and I did it, and I didn't run out the back of the room and I didn't start crying because sometimes I'd have like panic attacks and then I'd feel embarrassed because I would be like speechless. So I'd either just freeze and start crying, or I would like fight or flight. So I'd run out of the back of the room. I guess fight wouldn't really be crying, but yeah, either freeze and cry or run out of the back of the room. So as I started to get older, I would have been like about 25 years old. I was like, this is kind of like getting ridiculous because at 25 years old, why the hell would I be sitting there crying, for one, or running out of the back of the room? I was like, I'm getting way too old to do these kind of things and people are going to think I'm crazy. So basically what was happening is like I was having a panic attack, which I didn't really realize until like a couple years ago that that's what was happening, and that had pretty much happened like my whole life. And sometimes it was brought on and I couldn't really tell you what brought it on. I'd say probably about every single month I would have one of these panic attacks. Like there wouldn't be a month that went by that this wouldn't happen at least once. And now I couldn't even tell you the last time that it happened. I don't even remember because it doesn't happen like at all now because I've learned how to control it. I'll tell you in a later video how I've learned to control my panic attacks and some of the things that I did to help me control them. So I decided to join this women in business group, but like I'd always make excuses on the night of the business meeting, like reasons why I couldn't go. Oh, I was tired, or I just got home from work and I didn't have enough time to get ready or whatever. I'd always make an excuse, so I'd very rarely go. I'd only go to like a couple meetings every year. And when I did go to the meeting, I knew that like what time it started, so I wouldn't go to like the networking part, and then I would sneak up the back stairs and hope I missed the introduction part because I was, again, so scared to stand up and even say my name and what my business was because there's like all these eyes on you. There'd be like 15 to 30 people depending on the night, and I was scared to death. So I'd like start getting like major anxiety before I even went up. So like I said, I'd sneak up the back stairs and like kind of like quietly come in. So I did that for about 3 years, and then I was like, this is like crazy. How am I ever going to like move forward with my life and grow my business and everything if I'm having panic attacks and I never know when I'm gonna either get up and run away or start crying? And like I said, I was getting way too old and mature to for this to happen. And people, like, I was scared of what people would think, like, what's that crazy girl doing, sitting there crying or running away? So anyway, I decided to join their executive. So I was like, I forced myself, because where I joined the executive, I had to go to every meeting. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is things that you're afraid of, the only way for you to become not afraid of them is to like just jump in and like it like kind of like desensitize yourself, because like every meeting got a little tiny bit easier. And like I said, it took 3 years before I even joined like their executive, and then I was still scared to death, but I like put myself in the situation where now I was forced to have to go to these meetings, and like immerse myself and put myself in those situations, and every single time it got a little bit easier. Um, so the only way that you will get over fears that you have is to like push yourself to do the things that scare you. And for some people, maybe going to a little business meeting with 10, 20, 30 people and saying your name in your business might not be a big deal, but that was a huge deal to me. And I still get anxiety when I stand up and say my name and my business, but now I've kind of like flipped it around and I like the feeling that it gives me. It's like a little adrenaline rush instead of a panic attack. So in a later video, I'll share with you some of the things that I did also to help me control these panic attacks. So I just wanted to tell everybody that story tonight, and I hope everyone's having a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.